Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me because, sweetie, I have been waiting for just you to come and check out my channel. Okay, if you're up for colorful makeup, colorful styling, being all around really like happy and lighthearted and just being in a very positive place, then you're exactly at the right place. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel and check out my other content because seriously, good choice. Okay, we are going to continue my eyeshadow palette collection video series kind of a thing. Yeah, and last time in my first part of the eyeshadow palette collection, and I think I do have a playlist by now. Right now when I film this, I have not created it yet, but I shall. I think. So anyway, there should be a playlist in case you want to see other collection videos, okay? So anyway, this is all very new to me. This is the first time I'm filming my eyeshadow palette collection, and this is just really insane for me too, you know? But it's kind of also cool to just deal with it, to deal with like actually making it visible what you have. Okay, so today I think it's going to be another 10 brands that I'm going to show you, all of the palettes that I have of those 10 brands, and then of course we're going to continue on in videos that are coming up. All right, so let us start. Let's go right in and let's start with Makeup Revolution. I don't have a lot from Makeup Revolution, just a little bit. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is the Tammy Tropical Carnival Shadow Palette. This is how she looks. I have not ever used this. I ordered this because I like the vibe, and back then I was still watching Tammy on her channel. I've unsubscribed from so many people because it was just too overwhelming, and like, you know, not because I don't like the people, it's just because I kind of have to help myself. You know what I mean? So anyway, I really like her, and I'm happy for her success ever since, of course, she also started her own brand, and I'm really proud of her. So I ordered this, and then I made a mistake. I watched a video from Paulina Beauty, okay? So, and I like her too. It's not against anyone, it's just that she reviewed this palette and she didn't like it. And then I think shortly after that I got this palette and I completely had lost the willpower to work with the palette, you know, which is stupid because I should form my own opinion, but this I bought this and I've never used it. Okay, I did buy also this one. This one was kind of an obvious one because it's the Avocado palette that came out, I don't remember when this was. At some point it was summer. It was summer of a year that is gone by. I don't know. So this is the Avocado palette. I like this, but it's not my most favorite formula. I do believe that the shadows of Makeup Revolution are an okay formula, also for the price, and it's not my most favorite, but you can still create good looks with this. Okay, so just saying. So this is what this one looks like. I should maybe also show you the Tammy Tropical Carnival palette. There were also a couple of them in collaboration, I think. Collaboration. In collaboration. Wow. Did you hear how I just stumbled over my own tongue? Doesn't matter. If you didn't hear, now I made it obvious. Okay, so there were a couple of those palettes. I think maybe 2 or 3 even, you know, of these collaboration palettes with Revolution and Tammy. This is the only one I have. Okay, then this palette. Then I also have this one. What was this called? This was the Forever Flawless Ice palette, also from Makeup Revolution. This is how she looks. This one was actually really good, also considering that it is what it is, you know. Not the biggest fan of the formula. I know people who are, and that is totally fine. I'm not saying that this is bad, it's just that I have other brands that I would favor. Okay, so let's put it that way. Alright, so this is how she looks. There is an incredible amount of depth in the palette, which is really nice. I remember when I reviewed this on my channel, and also when I reviewed this on my channel, I made like really nice winged out cut creases. Yeah, so anyway, these two. And then I bought the Alexa Stone bundle, which is this one and this one. This is the Instinct palette and this is the Transformation palette. So this palette here is an all matte palette. This is how she looks, and the matte formula is a very okay formula. There's nothing where I say, whoa, this is not good or whatever, you know. I think this formula is better than those, you know. Yeah, just my personal opinion. And then in the Transformation palette you do have, of course, the shimmer shades that you can use on top of them or on their own or whatever. I bought this because I was bored. Totally honest. My husband and my mom were talking politics and I was bored and I was on my phone and I ordered this. And yeah, and by the time I received it, I had completely forgotten that I'd ordered it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it happens. Completely honest. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Don't judge, sweeties. It's a judgment-free place, really. Okay, let's move on to the next brands, and that is going to be Lois Cosmetics. Lois Cosmetics, the second she launched her first two palettes, I was immediately, this brand, watch out for this brand. Okay, so she came out with a neutral palette and with a colorful palette, and I bought them both pretty much on launch. I want to say, like, either on launch or super soon thereafter. This has been well loved. That's why it looks a little bit messy. I've actually worked quite a bit with this palette on and off camera because it's a very beautiful palette, you know, super nice if you like rosy neutrals. And actually a couple of you have contacted me and told me that you ordered yourself this palette for yourself after my video, you know, when I reviewed this palette. Really good formula, really liked it. Then there is also this one, which is also well loved. And this is the colorful one. This is the Gone Rogue. Is it Gone Rogue? Yeah, the Gone Rogue palette. Did I tell you what this is called? Rose Metal. This is the Rose Metal palette from Lois Cosmetics, and this is the Gone Rogue palette, which of course is super stunning on its own. Like, really, you know, you do have a pressed glitter here. Besides that, you probably also saw now in the close-up that this is super well loved, you know. I worked with this quite a bit and it's a really good quality, seriously. Yeah, so that is a Lois Cosmetics. Then another, I want to say one of my most favorite brands that is out there is Rebel Rogue Labs. I do have 3 palettes from Rebel Rogue Labs, and they're coming out with more, and there are already more that are older that I don't have. Okay, so let me go maybe according to launch. Which one was the first one? I think the first one that launched among the ones that I have is the Losing My Religion palette. I want to say, I think so. So this is how she looks. Really nice color scheme. And you know what? Rebel Rogue Labs is a brand that I would recognize this brand in a million palettes. Throw palettes in front of me, I would recognize Rebel Rogue Labs, because this is one of the brands that just has their own vibe. Like, so well developed. At their own vibe, you know, and it's also very good formula. So this is the Losing My Religion palette, and I actually got this in PR from Rebel Rogue Labs, which was completely insane, as well as this one. And I didn't even know how I deserved this. But now look at this one. This is the Suspended in Dusk palette. That was the autumn winter release in 2019 maybe? I think so. Beautiful. This was like the Halloween release, kinda, you know, super pretty. And she actually sent both of them to me in PR, which is, I still don't know. I still don't know how, and I still don't know why. Really, I don't deserve it. So anyway, and then afterwards, and that was, I think, in September 2020 or something like that, she came out with the Howlin For You palette, which is probably even my most favorite of the 3 that I have, which was her fall release, and it is so beautiful. And I know it's the same formula, but for some reason I feel that this formula is even better. But it could also be that basically between working with these 2 palettes and this palette, there was almost a year, and my makeup skills and everything, I've just grown since then, you know. So this was spectacular, and I'm so glad I bought this, because at some point it sold out. I don't know if it's available again or something, but this was so good. Really good. Okay, let's move on to the next, and that is Lucky Lashes. Lucky Lashes was such a surprise for me, but when I saw this palette on social media, I immediately knew that I want to have it, and I missed the launch because it launched, for me it was in the middle of the night, and it sold out super fast, and then at some point it got restocked. And then I bought it because it's beautiful. And sweeties, the formula is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, really. And then of course you have this whole cold section here, and then you have these warmer tones here. This palette is so versatile, really nice. You do have 2 pressed glitters. It's this one and this one. Also the binder was really nice. I do have a review up on this, also on this, and also I do believe on this, and basically on most of the things that I'm showing you here I do have a review up. Okay, let's move on to Exo Beauty. This is a brand based in New Zealand, and this I got gifted by Christine, who is one of my subscribers and friends in Australia, and she just makes sure that I get to try new brands, which is amazing, you know. So anyway, this is how she looks. Also for this one I do have a review and also an additional video that we did in a collaboration, a couple of YouTubers who all have that palette. I think we called it the Native collab or something like that. So I do have at least 2 videos featuring this palette here on my channel in case you're interested. It's also a very, very good formula, and it is neutral, you know, like if this is the vibe that you're looking for, I can highly recommend this. It's a very good formula if you ask me. I know that other people would disagree because one of the people in my collab didn't like the palette. I liked it. Yeah, so just shows you. Okay, let us move on to Dulcera Cosmetics. I do have the Candy Fuel palette, which actually one of my besties bought and then sent it to me. And this is so me. I had so much fun with this palette. Also for this, I do have a review with several looks up on my channel. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's just very, very gorgeous, and it's kind of a pastel-y palette, but it does have nice depth to it, which I really, really appreciate. There are 2 pressed glitters in the palette. It's the yellow one and this one right here, the pink, and this is what it is. So in case you're interested to hear more about this palette, please go and find the review. Okay, then the VIP palette from Artitude Cosmetics. Artitude Cosmetics, UK based indie brand, super nice vibe. The owner is super, super nice, like really. And also as a brand, it's just a very, very positive and like really, really nice brand, you know? So anyway, I bought this, I want to say in December 2020. So this is her latest palette. She also has the Color Splash palette, which is a more colorful palette, which came out earlier on. And this was the holiday 2020 release, I want to say, or fall/holiday release 2020. Also for that, I do have a review up on my channel and did a couple of looks with this. And it's also a very, very nice palette, you know? It's a more mature palette, you know? I would say that this is a mature palette, a classy glam, and also a little bit extra palette, you know? So yeah, and the whole vibe, the VIP and the everything about this is just oozing VIP. Yeah, so that is what I have from Artitude Cosmetics. Then let me show you Becca Muse. This is my only palette from Becca Muse, and this is the Benjamin palette. This is how she looks. And also this one I got sent basically by the kindness of Christine, my subscriber and friend in Australia, because she bought this for me and had Becca Muse sent this to me, and this is how she looks, and I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away. I have to say though that when I work with colors like this, my looks just sort of come together by themselves, because these are the colors of my soul. Seriously, especially the green, but also blue is like ranking second, you know? And it's very, very easy for me to work with colors like this, but I was also the swatches and everything, it was just spectacular, you know? And Becca Muse has amazing other palettes on her website, so please feel free to check out this brand too, in case you are up for like something indie and really colorful and really, really cool. I absolutely love this. This was the Benjamin palette. Really, really nice. Yeah, I also have a review up on my channel with this one. Okay, 2 more brands to go and then we're already done, sweeties. Okay, let me talk about Root Cosmetics. I do have a couple of palettes from Root Cosmetics. Now, Root Cosmetics is, I think they have different formulas in different palettes. Now, let me show you this one. This was the City of Neon Lights. I definitely wanted to go into neons back then, and I bought this pretty much on launch, which it is a very, very vibrant and really cool palette, you know, with mattes and shimmers, no pressed glitters, and the formula was okay. It was a good, solid, okay formula. Nothing bad, but also not maybe my super most favorite. Okay, then we have the City of Pastel Lights. I don't know why I ordered this. I didn't really use it that much. I think I did one look with it. It was before I realized that I don't really vibe too much with pastels, even though I have to say, to be fair, that this is not like a super, super pastel. It is still pretty vibrant, if you ask me. So anyway, so this is that. It's an all matte palette in case you want to add more mattes, like pastel-y kind of mattes to your collection. This might be something you want to check out. And of course, also Root Cosmetics is not super, super expensive. So that is always something that vibes with me, you know? Okay, lingerie collection, the Naughty Naughty Nights palette. There are two other palettes. I don't know if they're still available or whatever, but back then when I bought this, there were also two other palettes in that the lingerie collection. One was a little bit more neutral and one was, or was it just one? I don't know, but this one looks like that. This is the Naughty Nights palette. Also, of course, super, super vibrant. And also this one is an all matte palette. I have worked with this once. I don't know, you know, I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. It's maybe just not my favorite, okay? Because with the size of the collection that I have, it's very, very easy to have favorites. It's not only the size of the collection, it's also the variety of brands that I've been able to try now, and you develop your favorites, you know? So anyway, I just want to add two more to Root Cosmetics, and I just want to claim, I don't know, but I want to claim that these palettes here have a nicer formula even. You know, these are the Roaring Twenties palettes. There are more. You know what, maybe I'm mixing this up. I think there was maybe one more of this, but there is definitely more of those. Okay, so first of all, I got myself the Roaring Twenties Reckless palette, which looks like this. It's a beautiful palette, really, really beautiful, and I personally do believe that the formula in those palettes was superior to the other ones, but I could be wrong. This is just something that I personally felt. I could be completely wrong though. Okay, so and then I also have the Roaring Twenties Neons palette, which looks like this, and also for those two, definitely I have reviews up on my channel. For the other ones, I don't really remember anymore if I do or if I don't. I think maybe with the big one I do. Pretty sure now that with this one I do have a review up in case you're interested, but with the little ones I don't believe so. Okay, now last brand for today, and also the one where I have the most palettes. Let me just reach over to get them all here. Okay, I do have some small ones and I do have the big ones. So let's maybe start with the big ones, and that is Nomad Cosmetics. Sweeties, Nomad Cosmetics. It's a very, very good brand, and when I see my Nomad Cosmetics palettes, I just instantly start to smile because the vibe of the brand is just so positive, so supportive. It's a very, very good quality, it's a very good formula, and there's just everything well-rounded about this brand. So let's start with the Jet Set bundle. Was it Jet Setter or Jet Set bundle? Jet Setter, I think. Doesn't matter. So anyway, these were those four palettes that I got in a bundle deal, and that is the Marrakesh Medina palette, or just Marrakesh palette, which looks like this. This is of course a neutral palette, sort of with some blues, which is a bit more traditional, which is nice because people like traditional, you know? So yeah, so this is what she looks like. I have not worked with this a whole lot because it is just very, very brown, which is not an excuse because I actually look really, really nice in those tones. It's just that me personally, my soul is not too drawn to it. But I do believe that it's a very, very smart thing to have a palette like this in what you're offering, because a lot of people, you know, vibe like this way more than who vibe like me, you know? Okay, then part of that bundle was also the Antilles palette. That has been discontinued in the meantime. This is how she looks. This is a very, very fun palette, and I sometimes even go and use shades like this on my cheeks and things like this. This is a very, very good palette. Unfortunately discontinued, as I told you, but it's a very, very cute palette. Then the Berlin Underground palette. There is a review up on my channel with this palette because I do believe that this was the first one that I used of all of my Nomad palettes. This one is the first one I tried because I was very, very much drawn to this grungy feel of the palette, and because it's Berlin, because I was born and raised in Germany, and Berlin is of course the capital of Germany. So yeah, that is what she looks like. Okay, then moving on to the Tokyo palette, which has been loved by so many people. For me, this was not my biggest love. Because it's a very good quality, everything fine. You have amazing duochrome shades here, like it's super nice, shifty and beautiful. It's just that it is too light for me, you know? I don't know if I would have bought it if it wouldn't have been part of the bundle, but it's a good palette if you like pastels. For me, it's just a challenge. Pastels are a challenge for me. I get super easily bored with makeup. That is not my preference. you know. So but there is nothing wrong with this palette. I know, for example, my friend Nikki Raven loves this palette, and it's probably one of her most favorite palettes from Nomad Cosmetics, you know. So just shows you, again, this is so personal, so please take it all with a grain of salt. Okay, then let us also talk about this one, the Iceland palette. I hope that by now you have seen my review of this palette, because when I'm filming this, I have already filmed the review of this palette. I just haven't uploaded it yet. Okay, so anyway, this is how she looks. I just want to claim I think that this might have been the biggest success of Nomad Cosmetics so far, because it's just so beautiful, so beautiful. Really good stuff. A beautiful idea, a beautiful execution, all around just super well-rounded, well thought through, absolutely stunning, this palette. Super stunning. If this is still available, get yourself this palette. Out of all of them, get yourself this one. Okay. Yeah, okay, don't listen to me. Just do whatever you want. Okay, then the Shanghai palette. I got this one in PR because in between all of this, I got added to the Nomad Cosmetics PR list, and this is the Shanghai palette, which unfortunately, and I really want to say something about this, but maybe I shouldn't, it had to be discontinued, and I think it shouldn't have, but yeah. So let me just show you. There's also, of course, a review and a swatch party up on my channel of this palette. So this is the Yin and Yang color scheme. Let me just get this closer to you. It's also a very beautiful formula, especially the shimmer side, because you do have the shimmers here besides the black that is a matte, and here you do have the mattes besides the white one, which is a shimmer, you know. So the formula is super beautiful. I of course vibe more with the colorful side. This side was a little bit, maybe for me personally, it was lacking some depth and some color, some I don't know, how does one say that, spunk? Some spunk. But I think overall it is a very beautiful idea how they always just do the whole thing, you know. They think through the whole thing, and the reaction that this palette got was absolutely unjustified and absolutely not fair, and just don't get me started. I actually filmed a video responding to the whole drama, and I didn't upload it. I just needed to get it out of my system. I just needed to get it out of my system because I was seriously so upset for about 1 or 2 weeks that I felt like, if this is YouTube, if this is social media, if this is the beauty community, sign me out, you know? Yeah. So yeah, don't make Leorah angry. Yeah, okay. So let's move on, because I also got this. I got the Malibu, what was it called? Encinitas and Malibu this Surf Shack bundle, right? I got this as being the starfish for, I don't remember what year it was. It was one of the first starfish that got chosen, because of course they have this initiative to raise kindness, or to promote kindness in the beauty community, and I got this as PR basically, because I got chosen as being a starfish, because I'm always for, or working for, or I don't know, promoting kindness on my channel, right? Right. Okay, so unless I'm angry. Be careful. Okay, so unfortunately this is absolutely not my color scheme. Absolutely not. Quartz anyway is a challenge. I can do it, but it's a challenge for me. But color scheme wise, this is just absolutely not my thing, you know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful for what it is. It's just not me. It does not have my name written on it. I did review it though on my channel, in case you want to check this out. I kind of wish that I would have been chosen a little bit later and then gotten something else. You know what I mean? But it's very cute. It's just not me, you know? So anyway, but again, there are a lot of people who love colors like this, and who love makeup that is just basically like super soft and all of that. It's just not me, because I'm this, right? So I'm this or more. Yeah. Okay, so let us talk about the last thing that I have from Nomad Cosmetics, and that was the Studio 54 collection that they launched at some point I think after the Surf Shack bundle, I believe. So this is a very, very flashy disco nights kind of a collection. In case I hope you can see that this is like all over glitter, which is so, so cool. And you do have this quad here, which is also well loved, and that's why it looks the way it does. This is how it looks. You have those super, super nice sweet shades here, and this is all shimmer shades, okay? Also, that is not my preference, but at least color-wise, this was more my thing. Let me just get this closer. I hope that the autofocus is going to pick this up. I just have to believe. I don't know, because I can't see. Okay, so anyway, you do have really, really cutesy shades here, and you can use them also as topper shades or as just straight on shades. And yeah, so anyway, this is what it is. And then they're also, in connection to that, came out with 2 highlighters. One was the Hotshot Highlighter, which is like an icy pink one that has, I think, also like a bit of a blue shift to it. I know this video is not about highlighters, but it's kind of a collection, you know, so I feel like I'm just including it here, and maybe feature the highlighters later again when I'm doing my highlighter collection. And then this one is the Disco Nights highlighter, which is probably my most favorite of the 2. This is, of course, like a peachy one, which is also really, really nice. Okay, sweeties, this is all I've got to give for today. I hope you had fun. I'm working my way slowly through my makeup collection, or through my eyeshadow palette collection, which is so, so cool for me. Also, to just sit and talk about makeup, it's my most favorite thing to do. It's like more important to me than doing makeup on camera, you know? I enjoy this so much, and I think some of you do too. So anyways, sweeties, leave me your comments in the comment section what you think about all of this. And of course, more videos like this will be coming up super, super soon. And if you're new here, again, please subscribe to my channel, because seriously, welcome. You're welcome to my kingdom. There is space for you, and if not, I'm just going to move over and make some space for you, okay? So all good. Please subscribe. I love to have you here. And besides that, I'm going to see you here next time for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.